Hey everyone, so today we're taking a look at my new desk setup. I've used the old one for quite a while now and I feel like it's time for a refresh. So we're taking a look at the Flexispot E7 Pro. And this was kindly sent out to me by Flexispot, but the video is not sponsored. After ordering online, the desk came pretty quick. It did come in two different parts from two separate delivery companies. So the first part I got was the actual desktop itself. I originally opted for the darker coffee walnut desktop, but they unfortunately ran out of that one, so they contacted me and asked me if the brown one was okay, and it was fine with me, so I just accepted it. When I saw it in person, it really blew my mind. I was so glad that I got this one instead of the darker one. This one works so much better with the existing furniture inside my house, and I actually really like the look. It's got like a rustic look, and it's definitely not too dark, but also not too light. Later on in the day, I got the second delivery, which was the frame part. And unboxing this, there's a lot inside of this box. You get a magnetic cover, you get a tool with all the different parts you need for the various screws. And I went ahead and unpacked the box. I went for the matte black frame. I did have a white one in the past and I felt like I just wanted to mix it up a bit. And also a black frame goes really well with the darker wood style tops. So I thought I'd try it out. You get a few different accessories for cable management, which sticks onto the desk. And then you also get the controller. This is the part that actually attaches on the desk and allows you to move it up and down. I've got the instruction manual. I've got all the pieces laid out. It looks pretty similar to my other Flexispot desk, but I did notice there is a better cable management system. And overall, it's just a little bit more refined, the design, especially the fact that the controller box is built into the actual structure of the desk. This pillar part here on my desk is separate, and it can be a pain if you're taking it apart. It's just an extra thing you need to disassemble. So we'll see how we do, but I think I'll manage to put this together no problem. I'm always pretty good with stuff like this. If anyone's interested in purchasing one of these desks, then now's the time because there's a huge Black Friday sale. So I'll put all the details on the screen and all the links down below in the description. You're welcome. Honestly, it was pretty simple to set up. I was pretty used to assembling these desks because I already owned one, but honestly, there's a lot of screws. That's something that you're going to want to consider, and not all the holes are drilled for you, so you do have to actually make some of the holes in order to screw in the frame because you can get different sized desktops. Something really great about this design of the desk is that you can easily remove the legs, so the screws are easily accessible. There's 4 of them, and you can easily just take the legs off, and that allows you to basically put the desk in your car or into storage. It's just a lot easier than my last desk, which was just a pain in the butt to disassemble. The final step of the assembly was just attaching this cable management tray on the back, but I did have a slight problem. Let me explain. So this was the final piece that goes on. So this is basically cable management. It's a tray, but I realized my monitor arms won't attach onto the desk if I put this the correct way. So I had to put it back to front. So there's enough space here to actually attach the arms, but I think it works pretty good still. So let's put this in. And boom, that should be the desk pretty much done. So let's get it upright, then I'm gonna decide basically what I'm gonna put on it because I already have another desk. So yeah, I'm gonna need to think about that a little bit. So once assembled with all the cable management in place, this thing looks super minimal and simplistic. I really do like the finish on the top here. It's got this curved design, so it allows you to get closer to the desk, and it's also angled, so it's not razor sharp when you're leaning on it. On the right hand side, I've attached the controller, and if you hold down the M and then select one of the presets, it could be 1, 2, standing or sitting, that will go ahead and set the height you currently have as that preset mode. So honestly, at this point, I wasn't sure where to put the desk, so I decided to just set it up just so I could get some nice shots of it, and I brought some of my stuff from my other room. But after setting it up, I love the look of this desk so much that I decided I actually don't want my current desk. I don't want the kind of white finish desk, and so I moved this one into my main office, set up all my stuff on here, and I just decided to use this as my main desk. Something I love about the desk legs is they have this new C-shaped design, and that not only means it's more stable, but also it means I'm less likely to hit my leg off the leg of the desk. One of my favorite things about this desk is actually underneath it. So This right here, I mentioned earlier, is like a cable management tray. And this thing is so nice. Paired with this magnetic cover right here, so this literally just pulls off and it keeps all your cables nice and tidy. And obviously, because it's an electric desk, you have a bunch of cables for each motor, for the controller, and actually the power to the power box on the top here. So you end up having a bunch of cables and it doesn't look very minimal. So the fact that Flexispot included this is just awesome. I didn't even know what it was when I unboxed the desk, but doesn't it look super clean underneath for like a working desk that has a bunch of stuff on top needing powering? The only real cables we have are right here, and that's just for my SSDs. They end up kind of sticking off the rack because the rack's pretty full. So, I'm gonna try and come up with some solution. Maybe I'll get rid of some stuff to create more space. But overall, I would say cable management on this desk is just excellent, honestly. Look at that. That's awesome. One of the main purposes of a motorized desk is that you can obviously increase the height so you can use it while standing up. It reaches a maximum height of 122 centimeters. It travels at 40 millimeters a second, which is pretty fast, and it's capable of a maximum payload of 160 kilograms. So I can literally sit on top of the desk and it's able to lift my body weight. So now let's talk about my setup on top of the desk, and starting off with the monitors. So on the left, I have an LG 4K 27-inch IPS display. It's not perfect. It's a little bit old and it does have some kind of red burn-in marks at the corners. I've had it for like 5 or 6 years now. So it was one of my first 4K monitors, but it's holding up fairly well. I don't use it for color grading or anything like that. On the right-hand side, I have a BenQ PD2700U. Yeah, I know it's a mouthful, but this thing is a color grading monitor and it supports 100% accuracy with Rec 709. So this thing is my go-to monitor when I'm color grading any of my C-Log 3 footage out my Canon R6, or if I'm grading raw pictures in Lightroom, this is my go-to. When I'm not using AirPods Pro, I do use my Bose QC35 Mark IIs, and this stand they're on is made by Grovemade. It's a walnut stand. I really love it. I got it before the desk, obviously, so the color doesn't quite match, but it's close enough. On top of my desk, I have a black Grovemade desk shelf and stand. This thing is perfect for supporting your monitors, or you can put on a speaker. It's great for just tidying up your desk. There's plenty of space underneath to store your keyboard, a laptop. I've got my Mac Mini under there. And then you also have a shelf up at the top to add more things. And then on the right hand side, there's a smaller section. You can actually pick up a Grovemade drawer, which goes in here, and there's different compartments. So this is perfect if you have any small fiddly things you might lose. You can put them in this drawer and you know exactly where they are. Honestly, I keep bouncing back and forwards between mechanical keyboards because I love the feel. But I feel like one of my favorite low profile keyboards is the MX Keys by Logitech. It's really comfortable and I can type really fast on it. It pairs nicely with the MX Master 2S, and both of them make use of the Logitech software. So it means you can create shortcuts to open up apps and you can change the settings depending on which app you're in. The mouse is also super ergonomic, scrolling is great, you can turn on the tactile feedback or turn it off if you want, and overall it's just a really nice comfortable mouse to use, and battery life is great. So now let's talk about this little white box that's on the corner of my desk. A lot of people ask me about this. This is called Power Cloud by Taurus, and it's basically a glorified power strip. On the top, you have 3 US standard wall outlet ports. So this is great because I get sent a lot of US devices, so I can plug them straight in here to test them out. Obviously, I do live in the UK, so the plug is different, but it doesn't bother me too much. On the front, which is what I mainly use, is the 2 USB-C ports, one 65 watt, one is 30 watt, and then you also have USB Type A in case, I have some old school devices I want to plug in and charge. But overall, super clean and really handy for just charging my devices. On the right hand side, I have a plant there just to add a little bit of green to my space. I feel like it looks nice. And then on the other side, I have this Route 66 gas pump. It's just a storage unit, which I use to keep some cleaning products and some cables that I often need access to. The chair I've been using for quite some time now is actually a gaming chair, but it's in all black. It's by GT Player. And this thing is really comfortable, honestly. It has adjustable cushions, it spins around nice and easily, it reclines, so if I want to lay back and, you know, chillax for a few minutes or watch some content, I can do that. There's also a fold out footrest, so you can literally lay completely flat or upright. It's perfect for editing and being comfortable. In terms of the desk mat I use, it is also made by Grovemade. It's fully leather. It's a small one, so with the Logitech keyboard, it's a little bit cramped. There's not a huge amount of space to move the mouse around, but honestly, it's really good quality. Underneath is really grippy. It's got this kind of cork texture, and yeah, it holds up well. It does fingerprint and pick up dust quite a lot, but it's a really premium product. And the powerhouse that runs the show is actually just a Mac Mini M1. So you can pick these up pretty cheap. I did upgrade it to 16 gigabytes of RAM, but didn't upgrade any of the storage options. I just plug in a couple of 2 terabyte SSDs, edit off of those. Perfect for if I'm traveling. I can just throw them in my backpack and edit on my laptop if I need to. But yeah, that's the desktop computer I'm using to literally edit all my footage, all my pictures. It's done on the Mac Mini M1. Honestly, I would say I've been using this desk for about a week now, and I really like it. I love the kind of vintage look that the brown tabletop has. I was originally going to get a darker type of wood, but Flexispot ran out of that type, so I ended up getting this one. But it actually goes really well with the environment around me. A lot of other furniture is kind of a light oak type wood, which is similar to this, so, you know, it doesn't go perfectly, but I think it's close enough. As long as you don't have furniture right next to it that's also wood, then I think it's going to fit fine within your environment. And if you like that wooden look, then obviously this is going to be something to consider. But my last desk was just kind of this white salmon pink wood, and it was nice, but it just got a little bit boring. It got dirty over time because it was quite white, whereas I feel this one is going to be much easier to manage and hide, you know, scratches and marks and things like that. So let me know what you guys think about this desk in the comment section below. I am really curious to know whether you like the new look. It's going to change up my content quite a bit because the style is going to be a bit more vintage and a bit more homely than the clinical white office look that it had before. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to look better. Let me know what you guys think. So yeah, that's my overall desk setup now that I'm using the new Flexispot E7 Pro. As I said at the start, I am really liking the color. The finish looks great. Honestly, this thing looks super premium, and I really like the vintage vibe it has, especially with all the black accessories. I think it looks really clean and minimalistic. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to subscribe, smash the like button down below, and let me know your opinions. See ya.